Hello, my name is Krishna Shetty. My roll number is 16010120119. I'm from Division B3. The title of my paper is A Comparison of NoSQL and Relational Database Management Systems, that is RDBMS. The paper was published in Kasu Journal of Mathematical Sciences in the year 2020. The authors of the paper are Musa Garba and Hassan Abu Bakr. Okay, so before getting into the literature review, I would like to give a brief overview about what the research paper talks about. That is the topics into which the research paper dwells into. Okay, so there were several limitations in handling huge amount of data, particularly unstructured, which was discovered by tech giants such as Facebook, Amazon, and Google, to name a few. This necessity, that is the limitations that were found in the RDBMS system, brought about the birth of NoSQL, a non-relational database that provides important features such as use storage, data storage, dynamic schema, scale-out architecture, flexible data model, and access requirements. The paper refers to the academic papers and their consensus on this database system debacle. That is, which database system should we prefer according to our requirements? It goes on to mention the various categories NoSQL database systems belong to. Importantly, the paper draws a comparison between both database systems regarding a number of parameters like query language, transactional properties, consistency, to name a few. It also draws a comparison over their security services. The authors furthermore talk about the integration of SQL and NoSQL and how it may serve as a better option. Okay, so now we'll get into the literature review. First off, the research paper starts off with listing the constraints of SQL and how NoSQL overcomes them. For example, in the constraints of SQL, for more than 30 years, relational databases had been used for business data processing as the best for storing personal data and financial records. Software developers decided that their data is not fitting for the relational database model when data started getting bigger, and hence developed the NoSQL architecture for storing data. NoSQL databases have a simple to comprehend data model and are highly flexible. They have a very easy query language, no instrument for data consistency and integrity, and no need for database security support. The biggest advantage that NoSQL database provides over SQL is the ability to accommodate unstructured data, which include video, audio, Word, doc, emails, etc. As you might know, up to 80% of the data now in the world are all no are all unstructured forms of data. The research paper then states other review papers by fellow contemporaries, and their consensus on this SQL and NoSQL debacle. Then the research paper goes on to mention the categories to which the NoSQL belongs to. One of them is a key value store. It is the simplest type of NoSQL database in which every data element in the database is stored as a key value pair consisting of an attribute name, that is the key, and the value. Then you have the column oriented or the column family or wide column stores or column oriented databases. While a relational database stores data in rows and reads data row by row, a column store is organized as a set of columns, as suggested by its name. Then you have the document based stored or the document oriented database. This is the most widely adopted document database, as it implements a scale out architecture, providing a clear path to scalability of both data volumes and traffic. The most popular type of this document based databases is the MongoDB. Then you have the graph databases. The graph database focuses on the relationship between data elements. Each element is stored as a node, and the connections between the elements are called links or relationships. The paper then draws a comparison of relational databases and NoSQL. The comparisons are drawn over a variety of parameters, such as the database model, data representation, schema, scaling, query language, transactional operation, transactional properties, consistency, normalization, denormalization, data integrity, data retrieval, data manipulation, and features. It also draws a comparison between the security services provided by both the types of databases. Here, the parameters were authentication, data integrity, confidentiality, auditing, and client communication. Then they go over the integration of SQL and NoSQL and how it may act as a better option. That is using both these types of database together to find a better business solution. They go over the different solutions in which we might be able to integrate both of these together. However, they concluded that users determine the real value of data by how they utilize the data for better understanding of their business, customers, and suppliers, irrespective of whether it is stored either in relational or NoSQL databases or combined. Furthermore, the world today is globalized, volatile, and dynamic. Users like to explore data from everywhere, be it in transactional systems, social networks, websites, etc. Users will therefore not like any limitation of data analysis due to where data is stored. It is a well known fact that efficient response to present and future business challenges rely on data analysis on a huge amount of data, which leads to discovery of knowledge hidden in the data. Thus, they concluded that further research on integration of data stored in both relational and NoSQL database is required. So, the authors of the paper concluded that companies that will use databases will fall within the middle level spectrum of choosing both NoSQL and relational databases, or one of the two, depending on the task at hand. It is important that the best approach, by extension, the best fit application, is selected. NoSQL and relational databases are contradicting both in their specifications and in their implementations. Thus, by being contradicting, they act complementary. That is, using both of them together or either one of them will provide us the best solution depending on the application. Future scope. The two databases have different behavior, hence, the choice of the type of databases to use depends on the application itself as well as the database's size and the queries that the application will perform. However, it seems that NoSQL popularity will increase due to its big data, IOF, and social network capabilities. Thank you.